Why you can't be handsome and awkward. So when you're handsome and awkward, it can turn some women off because they already have a certain idea of you in their mind. So if all of a sudden you are very awkward and just not pleasant to be around, that would definitely turn a lot of women off. But initially, she may find you being awkward and shy. She may find that as cute and attractive because once a woman finds you attractive, initially, it doesn't matter what you do, what you say. But after the honeymoon is over, where she's used to you now, that's when the awkwardness can turn her off. Initially, you can say anything. Initially, when a woman finds you attractive, you can say anything because most of the time, she's not even hearing what you're saying. She's just so focused on her attraction towards you that she literally don't care what you're saying. She may be like listening, but she's not processing the information that you're telling her. She's just infatuated with you. So whatever you say, she's just not gonna really think about it or think too deeply unless it's something really insane and crazy that is out the box. And then yeah, of course, if you say anything like that is super crazy and just super out of the norm, of course that's gonna turn her off and probably get you blocked, or you probably never hear from her again. You have to learn how to not be too awkward around women. I see a lot of guys that are very awkward when women come around, or they just start doing too much, saying too much, just telling her things that you probably shouldn't be telling her, and you probably should just keep to yourself because you can't say anything around women. Like, you have to understand that they get turned off really fast and they are very skeptical about men, especially nowadays. Women are very weary about a lot of men, so you don't want to do nothing that is going to turn her off or say anything that's going to turn her off or just kill the vibe. And that is something I myself had to learn and came to realization over time, that you have to be very careful of what you say and how you say certain things around women, because it can definitely hurt you, cause her to back away from you because she just is turned off by whatever you said. A long time ago, I came across this very beautiful woman, and I started telling her that I don't like people that play Teemo top lane in League of Legends, and she did not know what I was talking about. That was kind of like an awkward conversation because I could just feel her energy shifting while I was explaining to her why I don't like top lane Teemo players, and she didn't know what I was talking about. She probably in her mind was thinking like, damn, I'm thinking this guy is masculine and dominant, but he's over here talking about a computer game. Yeah, so it definitely was an awkward moment, but she still was cool enough that she kind of let it slid. She kind of mentioned it later on, like after some time had passed, she kind of mentioned that situation where how when I first met her, I started talking to her about League of Legends, and she was like, you probably shouldn't do that when you come across a woman because they might get turned off by that. Some guys take it to the next level. They don't even talk about League of Legends. They'll just say certain things that would just completely turn a woman off. You have to be very careful, especially in initial interactions. You have to be very careful what you say and how you say it. A lot of women are looking for a reason to disqualify you. Even though they may find you attractive, they're still looking for a reason to disqualify you, get you up out of there. This is why I am very skeptical of who I let in my circle and the type of guys I hang around, because some guys will kill the vibe and turn women off, especially like those guys that will tend to say very misogynistic things when women come around. Like, they would just mention those type of conversations around women, especially if like the vibe is a good vibe where everybody just having a good time. Like, why are you bringing that type of energy into a good vibe? You shouldn't be talking about conversations like that around women, especially women that you're trying to get with or try to entertain, because a lot of women get turned off by topics like that. They just see you as very misogynistic, just turns a lot of women off. And I just tend to not hang around guys that are just like that when women are around. They just start doing too much. They just start saying too much. It just kills the vibe. Now all of a sudden she wants to leave. Now she wants to go home. That is when you have to learn to be quiet, to not say too much. When you're speaking to women, you have to understand that you can't talk about certain topics. Certain topics I just avoid completely. Like anything that has to do with relationships, dating, or anything that has to do with like man or woman roles, I just stay away from those topics, especially like in the beginning stages, because one, I don't want to talk about that with you. Like, I don't want to talk about what a man should do, what a woman should do. Like, granted, those are conversations that need to be had, but like, shorty, I'm just trying to mac with you. I'm just trying to enjoy our time together. Like, I don't care about that right now, right? What I care about is just having a good time with us just here in this current moment, and whatever else can just be left for another time, because there's a time and place for everything, and you have to realize that. And once you realize that, the better conversations you can have with women. A lot of guys shoot themselves in the foot by just talking about certain topics and just coming off too awkward, too strange, just having really dark humor. And although some women do like the dark humor, some women understand those jokes and they laugh about it, you don't want to figure out if she likes those type of jokes or if she doesn't. Because even though she may like it, it can still turn her off a little bit, or she can just be completely turned off. Those type of guys, I try not to hang around with, because they will definitely cost you some women at times. Because definitely be careful with what you say when it comes to speaking to women, especially in the initial interactions when it comes to women, because it can cost you your vibe. Could have had a nice little situation with her, but now she's turned off. That's what some guys experience, where the moment they open up their mouths and start talking, the woman is turned off. They have a world record of turning women off. 2 seconds has passed and now she's dried up, ready to go home, ready to call the cops on you, and ready to make a video about you because you came off a certain type of way. That is why it's best to remain silent. Don't say too much. Just let her do the talking. You have to understand how to keep the conversation flowing in a positive manner. And the best way to do that is to, whenever she's talking about a specific topic, you just ask her more questions. You just ask more open-ended questions that would lead her to talking more and more, especially if you know that you have tendencies to say awkward things or out the box things. Some guys don't think what they're saying is weird or awkward because they just think it's normal, because they're just so used to themselves that they're not aware of the situation at hand. That's when social awareness has to come into play. You have to be socially aware, especially when it comes to being in certain environments. Understand the environment that you're in, how you have to operate and within those environments, especially if you want an outcome. Like, I understand if you want to be yourself, and you should always be yourself, but you also have to understand there's a time and place for everything. And especially if you want something out of a certain situation, you have to play that part. So if you want to take her home, if you want to get to know her more, if you want a relationship with her, you have to understand what part you have to play. You have to understand your position. And it's not only just with women, it's with anything in life. Just knowing how to speak in certain environments to get the best outcome out of that certain situation, especially when it comes to talking to women, because women get turned off so fast. Like, women are looking for the reason to disqualify you. They looking for a reason to give you the boot, even if you're handsome, even if they find you attractive, because especially if she's a very pretty girl. Pretty women have unlimited options of handsome men from all types of calibers. It doesn't matter, because they're very attractive. Don't think that just because you're handsome, she's just going to stick around. Like, nah, I do not think that. There's plenty of other handsome men out there that understand the game and that play the game perfect. It takes practice, it takes time, and it takes you missing out on a couple situations for you to really learn this lesson. Like, all right, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. This is what I need to work on and improve on in this area. And once you come to that realization, the better experiences you have. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Vivid, and I'm out.